Hi, I'm Amy.
I'm Laura.
And we are
TwoPaperGirls. Hi guys, today we're going to do our April TBR for you. We're going to talk about all the books we want to read this Easter. We're away from uni, so hopefully we'll be a little bit more successful than in March. If you saw our March wrap up, you'll know that I read the McFly autobiography and that's brought me out of my reading slump. So straight after that I started Hold Me Closer by David Levithan. This only came out a couple of weeks ago. I bought it the weekend that we saw McBusted. Yeah, as you can see, I'm already like 50 pages through it. I'm definitely going to finish this like 1st of April because it's super quick, it's hilarious. But I didn't want to include it on my March wrap up without having finished it yet. But yeah, so this is definitely the first one I'm going to read in April.
The first book I'm going to read in April is The Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. I've nearly finished it. I've got about 200 pages left. I love the Mortal Instruments series and I've heard so much hype about this prequel trilogy on BookTube, so I'm going to finish this and hopefully get round to reading the other 2 books soon. It's really good so far.
Even though we're away from uni, we can't get away from university reading. We still have to read some ones that we've got to finish off and also reread some books because of the exams coming up. And the first thing we have to read in another module reader you may have heard us mention is The Three Sisters by Chekhov?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Anton.
Yeah. Anton Chekhov.
Oh
yeah.
mate,
He's like
Anton.
really famous Russian guy, playwright thing. Yeah, go read this. Shouldn't take very long. Don't really want to read it, but we have an exam possibly on it, so probably should pay some attention to reading this.
I reckon they're going to give us naturalism just because it's the most boring one they could possibly pick.
Yeah, no, we won't get Shakespeare. Definitely get something boring.
It's boringness. The next one we have to read is Julian Barnes' England, England. This looks actually really good.
It is.
It's about like they make a New England on like the Isle of Wight.
I think.
They make a New England, but then that New England becomes more popular than the England, and it just sounds like funny. And we've been told by friends who've already read this that it's pretty good, so this one's actually going to be quite fun to read.
Hopefully. The next book I want to read in April is one that was on my TBR last time, but I didn't get around to it. It's a reread. That's To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. Amy reread this last month. Again, we have an exam on it, so I need to reread it because I haven't read it for a couple of years. But it's only like 170 pages long, and I'm on a reading hype, so hopefully I can just like get through this in a day or 2.
You'll whiz through it.
Yeah. I probably won't whiz through this one. Again, should have read this last month, didn't get around to it. I started it, I read a whole 20 pages before my first lecture on it. As Train Spotting by Irvine, not sure. Don't like this. It's written in Scottish dialect, and that doesn't really bother me. It's just they're really angry and miserable and just high all the time, and there's 400 pages of that, and nothing really happens. They're just on drugs and hate everything, and it brings you down. I'm just not in the mood to read this at all. So I think a little a day. I'll get it done by the end of Easter.
That's it for uni books. So the first book that I want to read that I choose in this month is The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider. I put this on my March TBR, but I never got round to it because I just didn't read a lot. Yeah. But I still really want to read this. I'm in the mood for it. It looks really good, and I think I like it because it's so yellow and it just looks happy. And I need to pick me up, so I'm going to get round to reading this.
On the same sort of train of thought, I really want to reread Paper Towns by John Green. After seeing the movie trailer, I'm just like, this is my favourite book and I haven't read it for a good 3 years. And my boyfriend was going to make me an audiobook, but he hasn't had time with university, so I said to him like, sorry, I've just got to read it. So I'm going to whiz through it and fall in love with it all over again. I'm so excited. It's going to be so good.
The last book that I want to read in April, I haven't been massively ambitious because I thought maybe in March I was too ambitious, and that's why it put me off trying to get around to reading them, because I was looking at all these books on my shelf and I thought, this isn't going to happen. Yeah. And then it kind of didn't happen. So I thought maybe if I make my list shorter it'll actually work. So I'm going to get around to reading this, hopefully. E. Lockhart's We Are Liars. This looks good. Laura's read it. It looks like a really quick, fast read. I'm in the mood for like contemporary. This is dystopian, isn't it?
No.
Is it not?
No, it's contemporary.
Oh.
It's just like rich people on an island, rich kids.
Ooh.
But disaster happens.
If that doesn't sell it to me, I don't know what will.
The next book I want to get round to in April is Unravel B.
Unravel B.
Unravel Me by Tahara Moffi. This is a sequel to Shatter Me that I read in November, I think. Yeah, it's floppy, and that's kind of why I want to read it, because I just read the McFly book and I read floppier books quicker. So I just think the first one was a really quick read. I think this will be super quick. I'm kind of in the mood to read lots of quick books rather than like a couple of big ones that are a bit slow. So yeah, I think I could read this really quick. The next book I really want to read is City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. Finally continuing the Mortal Instruments series. I've been meaning to read this book so long, and yeah, Amy reading Clockwork Angel has really put me in the mood to get back into this. And yeah, I just need to know what happens, because Amy and my boyfriend Robin talk about stuff, and I'm like, I'm still at the point where they're brother and sister.
What do you mean? They're brother and sister the entire series.
Pretty sure that goes away, but I don't know because I have 4 books left. So yeah, I really need to get around to this. Another book I really want to read is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I got this for my birthday, and as soon as I got it, I've just been like really dying to read it because it's gorgeous and sounds amazing. And I've heard great things about Victoria Schwab, and I really want to find out what all the hype is about.
I want to read Vicious. It's around here. There it is.
They match.
Oh, they're beautiful.
That's pretty.
They both look awesome.
They put it in the wrong way round.
Holy moly. Destroying my bookshelf, you saboteur.
And the last book I want to get round to in April is another one Amy's really happy about, Crown of Midnight. I think I've been saying this on every single TBR, like, for the past 6 months, but I finally think this one's going to happen this month because I'm going on holiday. It's a perfect holiday book, I think. Super quick, and I just need to catch up with this series because it's just, I love it so much.
I want to know what happens.
And I'm not letting Amy read it till I've read it because I'm sick of my boyfriend knowing everything about City of Bones and me not knowing. So this one, I get to find out first. So yeah, if I finish this, Amy's going to read it too, probably.
As soon as you're done with it, I'll be like, it's mine now. Mine's mine. So that's our quite ambitious, well, Laura's quite ambitious TBR. Mine's just what I want to read. I'm not really in the mood for anything, but hopefully I'll get there. But yeah, what are you reading this month? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye.